Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren and I like to make things. So today we are making a project bag or two, depending on how long this takes us. So I have sewn before, I know how to sew, I have used a sewing machine, but I have never followed a pattern before. So I have my pattern, I have my sewing machine, I have my fabric, I have everything that I could possibly need. And today we're going to put it all together. The pattern that we are doing today is this one that I got from Etsy. I have printed the paper pieces, the pattern pieces, and I'm going to be following the instructions off my iPad because it's going to be easier that way. And also, I have read through the instructions. The written version doesn't really make much sense to me. So I'm going to be following the video that she's created to go with this. So we have to start by piecing the paper pattern together. Wish me luck. Let's have a look at this, shall we? Let me get my iPad. What does it say? Cut out excess paper, sort pages in number order, tape the pieces together. I don't know if I have sellotape. Oops. Okay, I have not put them in order. But it'll go like this. I wonder. There is a diagram. Okay, so let's have a look for some tape. Now, scissors. There has to be some tape here somewhere. Right? Let's have a look. We have sellotape. So, I also am missing the end of this one. Okay, let's cut these pieces out. Let me just measure and make sure that I printed these to scale. Okay, we are bang on. Yes, this is exactly right. Thank God for that. So, let's get cutting. Now, what is grain line? What does grain line mean? I think Google is going to be our friend here. It's been a long time since I've had to cut anything out. As you may already have heard me say previously, I think I mentioned this in my last video. I've also spoken about it on TikTok. I hate my project bag. It's like a pre-made like hobbycraft special, right? Some of them are great. I've had this for such a long time. I was actually there today and I saw that they have somewhat upgraded the project bags that they sell. And I think if I had one of those, I'd probably be okay. But I like to make things. This is the whole point of this channel, is to document me making things. So it's only right that I make the project bag. I was scrolling on Etsy, which, as far as I'm aware, there's no like Ravelry out for sewing. Let me know if I've got that wrong though. So, without like already knowing people to be able to find their websites, Etsy is kind of my go-to. So what I want to do is make, at least today, I would like to make a kind of bucket bag style, I think it's called. and also a little zip pouch so that I can put my bigger projects in the bag and my sock project is kept nice and neat in the little pouch. Because at the moment, everything is just kind of chucked in this big bag that I have. And it's annoying. And I'm trying to optimize my storage at the moment. It's because I live with my grandparents. I live in Nesfaram. And so I only have one room to store my stuff. So the better that I am with my storage options, the better everything will be, right? So this is first page done. I am going to keep cutting these out, and then I will come back to you when we're ready to do something a little more exciting. So I've cut out all of my pieces. I have them all here. They are all cut up nicely like so. Took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. Not going to lie, I probably could have prepared that in advance. However, now we are ready to start cutting some fabric. So if we bring you down a little bit, you can see what's going on here. I have my cutting board, I have my rotary blade, and here I have my fabric. So let's get these bits out of here. Today we're going to use, I just realized I've washed all of my fabric and then I forgot that I was supposed to iron it too. Okay, let me iron my fabric now because she's a bit wrinkly. BRB. Now we're ready to start cutting out the pieces. So I need to decide, what am I going to use the nice fabric for? What am I going to use the lining for? Obviously the lining is the lining. I understand that much. But I don't know how much of it I want to use. So I definitely need that for the exterior. The bottom is going to be lining. And then I have two handles. Now, the handles, should they match? Or should that also be lining? I think I'm leaning match. Got pockets, which is the inside. And then, obviously, lining. So, what do we have here? String, I think, is lining. And bias. Now, where would I use that in this pattern? The bias is inside the bag, so that can also be lining. So I need to cut 2 of these and 2 of these. So let's decide which parts of the fabric to use. Now, that reminds me, grain line. Let's discover what this means. Okay, the grain line is in line with these, is going alongside these little frilly pieces, right? That's what selvage is? Yes. Okay, right. I'm on board. I thought that that's what it meant, but I just wanted to be extra sure before I do this all wrong. So we have to spin this around this way. And if I need to, let's think about this. Right? Huh? Yes, no. Maybe so. Line that up along the edge. This is a little bit wonk, actually. So let's do this. It's still a bit long. Okay. I'm not too bothered about things being a little bit crooked. I was just saying in my TikTok yesterday how things that we make, I don't think that they're supposed to be perfect. I think that that would somewhat ruin the fun, right? If we're not doing these things professionally, even then, it's still going to have imperfections. I'm going to get this edge so I can make sure that I'm cutting straight. And I'm going to cut along there. It didn't cut all the way through. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm stressed. It's not cutting all the way. Is it because I'm not going fast enough? Okay. We are still on the board. I don't want to cut onto the tape. Don't mind this stance, okay? This fabric is thick. It's just not getting it in some places. Is this stressing anybody else out? This is stressing me out. Fuck my life. Quilting was not this difficult. And then, final edge along here. I will not be doing this double folded ever again. And I got little strips of paper everywhere. Ah! Is my mic on? Chat, is my mic on? Right. And now I just want to snip through this section on this edge like so. Okay. Now we have 2 exterior squares. They are pretty identical, actually. That was a mistake. Like, not a mistake, but I didn't do that on purpose. That's great. We'll think about what we want to do with that. Right. Now, I don't want to keep these little scrappy pieces. I'm not that sentimental. Okay. So, where are we now with this fabric? This is how we're doing. And I need... We have 2 exterior done. We need 2 handles now. How do I want to go about this? Like this, maybe? Or with... Okay. Greenland is going that way. That's going to stick out a little bit more than I would like it to. Because I still want this fabric to be usable when I'm finished with it today. So, how wide is this section? Oh yeah, perfect. So if it's 1, 2, let's trim off a chunk. I think I'm not going to be particular. Do you see? I'm not, what is it, like this whole like type A, type B thing? I think I'm type C. Okay, Jesus Christ. 1 handle piece. 2 handle piece. I think I'm just doing this really stupid way. Oh, oh, that's a bit dangerous, isn't it? Oh my god, I'm not having fun anymore. Quilting is so much more fun than this. This might become a montage at this point. Hi guys, I have a little bit of an update. So to be honest, I'm not sure what this video is going to turn into. Originally this was supposed to be just like me sewing my project bag, and then I got a little bit upset. I was getting stressed out. I have very little sewing experience, so I wasn't enjoying myself. I have since finished the project bag. I have filmed a whole bunch throughout the process. I'm sure by this point you've probably seen that all. So I'm going to talk about that first because now I have a finished project bag, and oh, we're a bit tangled. Hang on. And this is her. This is my project bag. It's a mess. I'm kind of embarrassed to show you guys. I'm sure you can already tell by like this crazy stitching along the bottom and like just the fabric not getting caught inside. This edge is perfect. It's so sloppy. It's such a mess. Now I've done it once, I would probably be able to do it again with no issues because I know what I would change. This is her. She's a little bit shorter than I thought she was going to be, which is a bit frustrating because this was supposed to fit my jumper in it, and my jumper is not going to fit in this bag. So I think I'm going to have to make a second one that's like taller anyway. Like between this and my other project bag size, I think that would be perfect. I also, obviously, I used white thread. I forgot that it would show. I don't know what color thread I would have used otherwise. But that doesn't really bother me. And then the edges inside, I'm supposed to like seal these edges the same way that you do with this, but it didn't, the amount that it tells you to cut out for that isn't enough. So I just didn't bother. I might go back one day and sort that out, but currently I just don't care about that. It's inside, nobody else knows that it's there. And then what else? So you have to create the little like holes for the ties to go through, but it makes you like, this is a I don't know why that is also like that. I probably would seal that next time. I don't know. Does it matter? I'm not convinced that it matters. My handles, though, I'm really impressed with my handles. And I'm really impressed with my pocket. I don't know if I've already spoken about this. I am really, really happy with how my pocket turned out. And it's actually like a double pocket because you have the space behind and then like the actual pocket. So, I mean, overall, I do really like this. I think this is a really cute bag. I didn't consider that I might want the pattern on the bottom. So next time, I'm gonna make the whole outside the same fabric. And I also added some interfacing in the bottom just to give it like a touch more structure, because this is like a super floppy bag. So I just didn't want it to be like super duper duper loose on the bottom. So yeah, this is my project bag. Let me know what you think. If you have any advice for me as well, please let me know down below. And then, because I'm sure at this point this has just turned into like a general what I got up to this week vlog, I've been working on my fleece quite a lot. I currently have my second batch drying. I've put it in the dryer and it is hung up outside because the weather is decent enough for it to go outside. I have combed just shy of 100 grams so I can spin up a sample. So I think actually it's like 97 grams in total. And during that process, I think I had like 16 grams of waste, which apparently works out to about 15%, which is like an expected amount to waste. Which, considering I've never done this before, I think that's pretty good going. And as I get better at it, I think I'm potentially gonna have less waste, because of course some of it is just down to user error. So to already kind of be on track, I think is quite impressive actually. So I've spun my two singles. They are not exactly the same. There's a couple of gram difference, which fine by me. And this is what they look like. Let me show you like a not crisscross side. This is what they look like. It is such gorgeous yarn. It is crazy. It is not super soft. Like, it's not a merino, but it's not as rough as the like Zarbul Crazy Yarn, for example. And also I did a pretty good job of washing this. Again, I'm going to use a Zarbul Crazy Yarn as an example. That is much stickier than this. I don't really have like any residue on my hands. So I think after I've plied and washed this, and then obviously when I've blocked the finished garment as well, or whatever it is that it ends up being, it's gonna be absolutely perfect. I'm just in absolute awe. Like, I made this. I just endlessly impress myself. The things that we can do is just amazing. It's so lovely, and it's got like a really nice, I don't know if you can see at all, kind of halo as well. So I'm going to apply this later on today because I actually need to go and pick up a laptop so that I can better edit these videos because my computer is at my boyfriend's house and I don't want to have to wait to be able to do anything. So I'm going to apply these afterwards. But yeah, love this so far. Since the last clip, I have spun and washed 2 skeins of my fleece so far, and let me just get these the right way around. And this is them. I have 2 finished skeins from my Shetland fleece. How amazing are these? Right, I have some thoughts and I have some feelings. So, they are a little bit different to each other. Skein 1 weighs 88 grams and is 138 meters. And skein 2 is 103 grams and weighs 147 meters. So these are coming in at like an Aran weight yarn. which is not what I wanted. I did want a DK weight yarn. But I know where I've been going wrong. This whole time, I thought that I was using the fastest whirl on my wheel, and I was actually using the slowest. So, the third skein that I am about halfway through spinning the singles for is using the fastest whirl, and I am spinning much finer. So I think that now I will actually be able to get my DK weight yarn. It's just so amazing. I am so obsessed with this. Since I started doing all of this, I now have 2 more fleeces sat in front of me, and a third is being delivered tomorrow. I literally can't stop. Oh, and I'm also in the middle of purchasing another fleece as well. I just have no self-control whatsoever. I finished these a little bit differently to each other. So my first skein is a little bit more fuzzy, is a little bit more kind of like blown, and I do much prefer the look of this skein here, but they're close enough that nobody but me or anybody that I'm pointing it out to would be able to tell the difference. So it's really not an issue. I'm thinking of turning these into a hat because I don't have masses of meterage. I don't intend to spin any more at this thickness. So I think I'm gonna make a hat with these as a kind of trial run. That is everything that I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. It kind of didn't end up being what I originally thought it was gonna be, but that's okay. I'm learning, I'm figuring it out. Fortunately, I was doing enough stuff this week that I was able to kind of compile a vlog for you instead. But yeah, let me know if there is anything that you guys would like to see from me. But I expect that it will be mostly knitting, spinning with some sewing sprinkled in between. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. I am trying to get a video to you guys every week. Like this video, comment down below if you have anything that you want to say. Thanks, guys.